Happy Sunday, everyone. Super Bowl Sunday, as you probably know. We're about to get started on a really delicious meal today, buffalo chicken meatballs with the homemade blue cheese dressing. So before we get started on that, I'm going to let you look at all this stuff over here. Here we start off with the easy stuff. Chicken buffalo meatballs. Ingredients: oil, butter, Frank's Red Hot, chicken, eggs, celery, breadcrumbs, salt and pepper. If you want to make some homemade blue cheese dressing, it's just these right here: sour cream, blue cheese, milk, mayo, and vinegar. And so you might hear in the background my family and all this stuff, and my niece in the game and everything. So it is a working household today in terms of watching the Super Bowl. So here we have our cooking supplies: skillet, bowl, a board, knife, spatula, and a spoon. Here's cooking times about half an hour. Hey everyone, Ali, Raylena, Yoku. Nice to see you guys. So we're going to pan over here for a quick second and look at right here. If you want to follow me, it's right here. Chef Jelani on Facebook, chefjelani.com. Yeah, so really quickly, if you want to get a screenshot of how you do it really quick, it's basically pretty simple. You mix the meat, you cook the meat, and then you make your sauce. And so we're going to go over that. Hey guys. Awesome. So first things first, we're going to preheat our oven to 450. So I'm going to let you guys do that now. I'm going to wash my hands. I've been preparing and everything, so I'm going to prepare my hands. And so right now I'm sharing the kitchen. We are getting ready for our game day, our game day feast. So it's about that time. Everything's coming together at the same time. So we're getting that done too. So I'm going to introduce you to our ingredients over here. So we have two things going on right now. We're making two different dishes. This is blue cheese. Blue cheese for our dressing. We have Frank's Red Hot for our chicken. Room temperature butter, which is important to have a room temperature. Chopped celery. 1 egg. Vegetable oil. Kosher salt. Ground black pepper. Panko breadcrumbs. Whole mayonnaise. Milk, 2% milk, and then a tablespoon of vinegar. And this is all you need for this entire meal. This is all you need to make that, plus the blue cheese thing, which is pretty simple in terms of what we usually do. We usually don't do things this easy. So, like I said, I'm going to go wash my hands, get everything ready, preheat my oven, and you guys can take a look at these directions again. Okay, so we're going to get started with, we'll start with the meatballs. The meatballs cook for about 15 minutes, depending on how big you make them, of course. But 15 minutes should give you enough time to make your blue cheese dressing. So this whole meal can be very quick if you want it to. Got some small gloves. Alright, so start off with our chicken. Just ground chicken is healthier than ground beef. If you want to keep it healthy and not force your guests to eat red meat or something like that. Toss in this bowl right here. So as this develops, you'll see it get more and more out there. So actually first, we're going to start in the correct order. I apologize, guys. So what we're going to do is, for most things like this, you don't create a sauce yourself. You just throw things in together. But today we're going to melt butter and mix that with our Frank's Red Hot with some salt to make that sauce better in itself. Because you can't just put butter in ground chicken and then try to mix it through. You'll run into a couple issues. So I'm going to throw some room temperature butter in a medium pot. I'm going to throw about a half cup of Frank's Red Hot. Come over here. Alright, so that's basically what you're starting off with. And then you want to grab, I'm just saying, grab some water. And then you add this water. It's probably about a quarter cup of water, about 3 tablespoons or so. And you just start whisking it up. Like that. So, it's dark under here. Sorry, that's my phone sending me all kinds of messages. I used to hear it when it happened here, but now I do. So, I'll let this melt in here. And once this gets warmer, you have to whisk it very, very thoroughly. So, we're going to get started on our chicken again. So, our chicken, if you're familiar with meatloaf or meatballs or anything like that, you know you have to have a couple binders in it. We're using just the egg today. If you want to go more complex and you don't care about the egg flavor, you can just use the egg yolk, which is the part that's binding. If you're making small batches of this, and you don't want to use a whole egg, but you can't figure out how to use half the egg, if you want to cut the recipe down, you just take out the egg whites and just use egg yolks, and it'll thicken it up very nicely. So we add 1 egg. If there are any kids watching, here's where I teach the kids how to open an egg. You pop your finger, how my granddad taught me, just pop your thumb in here and you pull it apart, and it should be pretty easy every time. He told me the key was not to be timid. If you're ever timid about it, you mess up. So, I'm going to add breadcrumbs, probably about 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup, you know, depending on how thick you want your meatballs to be. So, let's come over here. So I'm adding a good amount of breadcrumbs. And another binder trick that I learned is small diced vegetables. They thicken up your meat and help it all stand together without egg or breadcrumb in that sense. And then salt and pepper to taste. So add a little salt, a little pepper. And again, guys, there's always kosher salt. Kosher salt, you can use less of it and get the same effect. So, I'm going to let this relax here while I attend to this again. So, it's getting well incorporated. Everything's coming together nicely. The amount of red hot you use is really dependent on your personal taste and preference. I'm going to take this for a second. Get my my guy baby here. See? Got her, guys. Alright, so when this is ready, you take this off and you want to cool this down. And a trick to cooling something down quicker is having something on standby to pour it into. So you want to take something like this, just pour it in here. Alright, so if you've been cooling stuff down for a couple of years, you know you can't keep it on your hot surface even if it's off. Can't keep it there because that's still hot. And then further, you can't keep it in your hot pot because your pot's still going to be hot. So you let it cool down for about 5 minutes. Doesn't need to be cool. Doesn't need to be not steaming hot anymore. So while that cools down, we're going to come over here and take a look at these. I'll show you guys what we're doing. Hey Jenny, you guys watching from GLP? That's pretty funny. Yeah, so thank you guys watching from GLP. You guys will catch the Super Bowl on pay-per-view or on your DVRs later, I'm sure. So just to recap what we've been doing so far for the new people, Here we have a buffalo and butter sauce, which is just Frank's Red Hot and butter and salt. Here's the start of our meatballs, which is celery, salt, onion, and breadcrumbs and an egg. And then here we have the rest of our ingredients. So all of these ingredients are just what's left for the blue cheese dressing. And the blue cheese dressing we're going to do once I toss these in the oven. We're going to start the blue cheese dressing. Hey Stephanie. Hey guys. Hey Colette. Hey Cheryl. Awesome. So this only takes a couple seconds to cool down. I'll hand this back to my camera lady. So Super Bowl in the background. I couldn't think of a better meal to do than something buffalo-y and delicious and easy to do and quick and shareable. You put a pick in these and you just let people dip in what they want. But yeah, if you want to up the ante, homemade buffalo dressing is mostly hot sauce. So whatever hot sauce you prefer, you can make buffalo dressing out of it. My buffalo, I put heavy cream in it to give it a creaminess that people bless you. So yeah, keep it simple. Don't overuse your tricking out my camera lady. So don't overuse butter or Frank's Red Hot. If you overdo the Frank's Red Hot, I did this recipe a little while ago and it was too much Frank's. And what happens are a couple things. It cuts down your cooking time on your chicken to the point where if you cook the chicken to where it's done, your Frank's Red Hot is going to overcook in your chicken, and that leaves like a kind of burnt taste. And it's just really hot and vinegary. Hot sauce in general is vinegar based, except for your European ones. Like that's just to make French fries. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so blue cheese dressing, let's talk about it. I was surprised to find this out. It is milk and sour cream, and let's look at the thing again this way. So, let's see. Milk, sour cream, blue cheese, and mayonnaise. Those are your four base, and then vinegar and salt to flavor it up for you. But that's really it. Apart from the blue cheese, the dressing is sour cream, milk, and mayo. A lot of people, I'm sure, are really surprised to find this out, as was I. Ranch is a little more difficult, but it's basically, sour cream, mayo, and milk, and then you build on that for the ranch flavor. But if you want to start making dressings that are based on the ranch, kind of foundation, it's the big three: sour cream, milk, and mayo. If you want to make mayo yourself, that's another thing, I'm sure we'll do very, very soon, but it's just oil and an egg that you have to whisk up very, very fast. So we're going to get to that right after we throw these in the oven. And so right now, this is, relatively cool. We're going to toss about half of this in there. So I just say, my niece, so astute, realize that that's not half. So I say half, but it's really...
What? Your judgment? Your judgment?
Right, really just your judgment. I only keep enough over so I can dip my meatballs in it when I'm done. Which is totally up to you. I'm just keeping enough for a topping. So, strap this on. Keep it out of your fingernails. Then we start mixing this up. And then you want to find this egg yolk in here. You want to bust the egg yolk. And make sure you bust that. That way you're not spending too much time mixing without anything really happening. And this is where you judge if you need more breadcrumbs. When you're forming these, they can be as loose as you really feel like because they're, your own dish. But if you want them to feel more sturdy and, spaghetti meatball-like, you just toss in extra breadcrumb or extra celery or another egg, which all do different things. But as you can see, it changes it just enough to where I can form these into little balls and have them work for me. Let me grab another glove so I'm keeping both my hands clean. Alright, so when you're doing this, it's your balls are going to be, one thing I suggest to keep them all the same size is scoop them out with a spoon. So I'm going to grab a little spoon and start scooping these out. In a restaurant, how they keep everyone's burgers the same is they weigh them. And so if you're making this for a lot of people, you can weigh out your, individual little things to make sure you're on the right track. This is what happens when you get too small of gloves. You get yourself in a situation. You have to squeeze into it. Alright. So come over here to your to this, right? You want to oil this down a little bit. So this is the only time you use oil in this recipe. So you oil it down. Spread it around. You can use your hand if you want, but I don't want to grab another glove. So I'm going to set up right here. Grab a little bit. And the key to making these stick is you toss them in between your hands. Takes out the little air bubbles. Keeps it nice and firm. And one trick, I'm going to say this is a trick, but a lot of people know this. If you want these to make sure they have a perfect cylindrical shape, you toss these in the fridge for about 20 minutes and you let these get nice and hard so that when they're baking they don't change shapes. So I'm going to toss a couple down. Make sure they're nice and small. The one benefit to not using gloves, you can actually fill the meat, and that has a couple extra benefits to it. Like you can tell how much celery, per ground beef thing you have. But like this, I let it roll like this. I let it roll from hand to hand, and that naturally forms it into a ball because of the curve of your fingers. But yeah, if you want to do it easy, because you can't really feel it, you just toss it like this. Do that a couple times. Throw it down and you throw it in the oven. This is a messy business. So here are the two different sizes you can do. This one's more for parties. This one's more for if you want to make a plate out of it. Put it on some spaghetti or something. So we toss these in the oven, and then I'm going to take them back out. Alright, so blue cheese dressing. Let's get started on it. Let's talk about it. This is going to go by pretty quickly. So, alright. So, sorry guys, I'm just making sure my bowl is extra clean. I think something flew in it or something. There was a black dot I did not like on my bowl.
Big bowl.
It is a big bowl. So I got a big bowl because I'm going to make some more for our actual stuff after this. But I'm going to show you guys the smaller version of it first. So first thing we do is we take our sour cream, and everything in this recipe is 2 to 1. So it's double as much sour cream as milk and what is this? Mayonnaise. Milk and mayonnaise. So if you're using 4 cups of sour cream, it's 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of mayonnaise. 8 cups of this, 4 cups of, you get the gist. So we're using about half a cup of each, so we're going to go about 1 cup of this. And this is our base. We add a tablespoon of vinegar, half a cup of milk, half a cup of mayo, And then as many blue cheese crumbles as you really want. I'm going to go with the healthy amount, about half a cup. Ooh, my spoon getting lost. And then grab your whisk, start whisking it all together. Be careful when you whisk liquids that are free form, because in the beginning they will start to splash before they incorporate. Alright, so salt and pepper to taste. You can use white pepper if you want to keep the whole, purity of the white sauce. But we go for the robust black pepper flavor here. And there you go. You got your dressing pretty much here. I would suggest you pour into something for easy access. And then you have, you make as much of this as you want. And it's really, really good. My aunt is shaking her head because she does not like blue cheese dressing. If my god sister was filming, she would be like, yes, that blue cheese dressing is good. Yes, but she does not prefer it. That's the word. She doesn't prefer blue cheese dressing. So move all this stuff out the way.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so guys, chicken's out. Here's what they look like. Because this is interesting just because you don't need to fry these to get them to look like this. The butter, because we did take out the milk protein in the butter, by clarifying it, the butter will brown itself because of the low smoke points. And I'm sure you guys are picking up on a lot of this stuff as we go on in the weeks. But what I'm going to do now, let's top this with a little of the good stuff right here, the blue cheese dressing. And in your party setting, these will just be out for people to do with what they want. But here we're going to set it up like this. And then just add some color to it. And this stuff is good as a dipping sauce in itself if you want. Very delicious. And there you go. Your game day chicken buffalo meatballs with the homemade. The dressing takes probably like 2 minutes, guys. Very, very simple. You just need to have some blue cheese at your house. Bless you. I think my niece is coming down with a cold or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Finally focused. So there they go. You think we need a taster?
Oh.
I don't know. There's only one person in this house who will eat this. And that's my god sister Destiny because of blue cheese. So I'm gonna put these down. Let you guys look at this for a second. Okay. Destiny. You get the Destiny Mobile.
That's Destiny, everyone.
All right, so grab one of those and pick it and try it out. See what happens.
Ow.
She likes the blue cheese, guys, which is a very, very good compliment, seeing as it's not store-bought. All right, so describe the texture to us. What's it like biting into it?
It's bready. It's I can't explain. Really tastes too much spice.
Right.
So you want more hotness to yours.
You want more buffalo sauce.
Well, I'm a hot eater. So
right.
people
So
who don't
so
do it.
take note, guys. This is when it comes to play of how much buffalo sauce you put in your meatballs and how much you let people dip onto their meatballs.
So should the sauce be on the side also?
Right. So
I think that you should.
in addition to this is why we left
Good.
some of this over in that pot.
No, in the bowl. Over there.
In the bowl.
Back there.
Yeah, so she would go grab that back there, some of this buffalo sauce we made, and she would dip her meatballs in that buffalo sauce.
Yeah, like.
As you can see.
Yep.
So this is why I say you leave over however much. My niece was pointing out that I didn't leave half, but
No, that's better for me.
I think she'll, either way.
Sure it is.
That's good for me.
I'm gonna try it with the one that don't have the blue cheese on it. But
Yeah. I left one without blue cheese, just for my auntie. All right, so I'm gonna.
Don't put me on camera.
No, I got you. She's scared I'm gonna put her on camera.
Oh.
You want to do it? No, she tried to get you. All right.
That was good.
Yeah, it's good.
See, yeah, like that was good. This
More buffalo.
More buffalo.
sauce.
Yeah. So guys, as you can see, the blue cheese works. People they like their buffalo sauce, which is why we leave this over so people can do what they want with buffalo sauce. So yeah, guys, it is fairly simple. Your buffalo sauce, your blue cheese, and your meatballs. Very good. You can make this in the next 20-30 minutes, I'm sure. For your,
what we making?
For your, they want me to say what they're making, but I have no idea what
Jalapeno poppers.
Jalapeno poppers.
Deep fried avocados.
And deep fried guacamole.
And fried chicken. Fried, butter fried chicken.
So, hot wings, butter fried chicken, fried guacamole, and jalapeno poppers, which are fried. So guys, don't take a lesson from my family on how to cook healthy. That's not gonna happen.
This is for Super Bowl. Jalapeno poppers are
Yeah,
fried.
for Super Bowl you don't have to be healthy, I guess.
You don't.
But today's all their cheat days at the same time.
And then we got
So,
Giovanni's special drink.
Here we go. Yeah, so they got me some special drink I never had before. I'm 22, so I'm still exploring. So yeah, guys, it's fairly simple. Blue cheese dressing is going to be the hit of the party. If you let them know it's homemade, it makes people want to try it more. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys all this stuff again. Oh, hey Stephanie. Hey Mom. I didn't know she was watching this. So these are ingredients. All these and all these. So I'm going to just score a touchdown, I'm assuming. I hear in the back. Alright guys, we're going to call this one a success and catch you another day. We will see you next Sunday. Next Sunday again. Doing something good. See you.